All right. So I can see a lot of people have joined in on a Monday evening, which is rare. And for the OGs who have joined in, they know that usually we do it on a Wednesday or a Friday or, slightly more holiday-ish days. But we thought we would do multiple live streams in this week because in some of the upcoming weeks, I may not be available for live streaming. So, uh, yeah, that's it. Welcome to the stream. We have a guest in this stream today, and most of you might be knowing him because I'm pretty sure you are using a lot of Instagram. So you would have come across his content. His name is Alok, and he works at Pixis AI. I'm pretty sure if you would have joined through the links that I've shared, then you would have already gone through some of the things that I've wrote about him. And today's session is not going to be around all UX. It's mostly going to be around UX plus content creation, right? That's a domain that he masters in for sure. So we would get to learn a lot from him, and that's what we are going to do on a Monday evening. So again, thanks for anybody who has joined in. Um, we'll just wait a minute for other people to join. I can see some messages. People are saying that they're about to join. So we'll just wait a bit. Meanwhile, you guys can tell me from where you guys have joined in. Um, and I'll be looking at the chat. By the way, the stream and the chat are 20 seconds apart. So I might take a bit of time to probably respond to you guys, or you might take a bit of time to respond. But since we are waiting for people to join in, so it won't be an issue. Oh, Asim is here. Asim is another content creator. I think we should just bring him on the call. Nice. Hey, Asim. Hi. Hari Priya is like, please start fast. Sure, sure. We are just waiting a bit, but now that I can see people have joined in, especially the active people. So let's begin. All right. So I think we have already learned a bit about Alok. So I'll just bring him in. And there it is. Hey, Alok. What's
Hey,
up?
hi, Bharat. What's up? Thanks for inviting me, man.
Yeah, yeah. All good. So, I mean, one of the things that stands out about you, for me at least, when I look at your content, is like you don't shout at people's face in order to sell your reels, right? I know a lot of people who would be like, "Arey, this is the thing that you." There's so much movement, and all. You have that terao in the way you present. You have that stableness. So I usually see your content. I'm like, okay. I mean, this guy doesn't try to act, abnormal on reels to get attention and all. So that's what I like about you. That's how I actually remember you. Okay, there is this guy who does not just scream and puts himself out. So yeah.
Uh, to add to that, I actually, started from sounding very low. I used to record at my home, sitting in a corner.
Hmm.
Today we learned this, that. It was, a very shy moment to begin with, to begin the content creation with. But you're not going to believe this, but I was actually going to, I was actually blaming the mics that I was going to use for the content creation. Like, yeah, this doesn't sound that good. I need to buy
Yeah,
a different one. But it's all about the confidence that you have. But yeah, that doesn't mean you just scream into the mic or scream
yeah,
into the screen. But yeah, I think when you start creating, or you just get used to it, and you decide your regular pace at what you want to uh, be at. Yeah, I guess, yeah, but I am experimenting with a lot of different content nowadays that Instagram has drastically reduced our reach.
Oh my god. Yeah. I think Asim is the only content creator whose reach Instagram hasn't taken down.
Yeah, Asim is the master now. He's like he's dominating the Instagram.
Yeah. So, like you said, being comfortable with your own voice, right? So, I mean, it takes a lot of time for all the beginner creators. I know a lot of people who have joined in because they have some interest in learning about content creation, although they are in the UX field or any design field. I feel like in I think that Nas guy was saying that currently this is a and economy, which is you can be doing X and then there is and that you would be doing, and most likely and is going to be content creation, marketing your stuff and all, right? So for all the people who are interested in design and creation, content creation, I think this video is going to be super useful. And one thing that I want to touch upon, because that just came up, is being comfortable in our own skin, right? Like we see a lot of people getting numbers because of the way they are presenting, right? And most of the time it is the Mr. Bistification of content, which is like you just start screaming, you put in all the animations and just keep on what pattern break, right? And that's one way to do it. But then as a creator, tapping into your own what personality is so much important. So yeah, I mean, I really like that you maintain your own originality and personality on camera as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I did try to, break that pattern because of that user retention nowadays. Like they just keep on scrolling. If they don't find anything interesting, they just scroll away. And Instagram, I think it is really hard at Instagram at least to, get that really good audience that knows you genuinely.
Hmm.
So if you just you know Easy Snippet, right? And of course everyone knows he mastered that keeping a hook at the start and then giving away the knowledge at the end, and he still managed to create that impact on the audience. Otherwise you'd see that you'll start with generally a hook and then end up saying something, but people don't end up remembering you
Yeah.
because it's just a random hook and then random stuff you're saying just for the views. But he's the one guy that I really appreciate or fond of, that he managed to start or begin the video with a hook and then managed to make an impact or at least create a name for himself, that I do this, but which is
Yeah.
very hard.
Could you spell the creator for me so that I'll just type it in
Easy
the chat?
Snippet, EZSNIP something.
Easy
he
snippet.
he Easy Snippet.
Chat, let me know if you guys know Easy Snippet. By the way, I also know Easy. So how it starts, it starts with some some
Some viral
random
content.
viral content, right? And then suddenly it just breaks into saying that, okay, but then how did it connect to coding and stuff? So I have seen that. I think I have only seen him after he reached 1 million or something. I haven't seen him before that.
I
So
used to I mean it's just that my friends and all just share the reels and I know
mm,
him by that, but I did follow him after 1 million itself. So
yeah,
basically it's all about his style of communicating, right? It's how you communicate and connect with the audience, which is what needs the mastery of. Even I am trying to do that. I
yeah,
don't call myself master of content creation or whatever.
yeah. So there is this another creator named Mohit, and I was talking to him on a podcast, and he was telling me that he was also inspired by Easy Snippet, and he was doing what Easy Snippet did for front end and development. He wanted to do it in UX as well, and his hooks are also something like that, which is there is something cheesy, something tacky, and then suddenly he would be, attacking you. So interesting type of content. Um, so I'm meanwhile looking at the chat, and apparently chat also knows Easy Snippet. Good to know. I've actually watched one of his interview with Prakhar Ke Prabachan. Again, a podcast that I watched with Easy Snippet. He is more like a Andrew Tate kind of a guy. So he is like kar dunga, tod dunga, pod dunga, and that kind of a mentality. Is like so I mean he resonates a lot with Andrew Tate. But yeah,
Okay.
so
Hmm.
so that's what I have seen, like understood a bit about him at that point. And he was talking about his personal life and he was very open and vulnerable there. So that is also there. But I
And
do
the
see his
one more
content
thing.
and it's very interesting. Yeah.
And the one more thing I've noticed is the more you open about yourself, the more you person, the more personal you become, the much what do you say, genuine audience that start believing will start to follow you.
Yeah.
If you see creators with 1 million followers, they always open up personally or at least act like they are opening up personally.
Yeah, definitely. And in my last stream, somebody was telling me like, how are you so calm and how are you so stable on this live streams? There is so many things that is going on, right? Like for me, I need to keep monitoring bunch of different things on this screen here. So somebody was asking me, and I was telling them that like once you accept your flaws, right, which is your originality also, is when you can actually just chill around, right? Like it's okay. I mean, what will happen? People know that I'll fumble. People know that I'll not be saying very clear sentences. I'm pretty sure if you have joined a live stream, you are not subscribed to a very polished form of content. Rather, you have subscribed to very raw form of content. So I don't have to be super polished. I don't have to be like super fluent. Like I'm not one of those well spoken people, well presentable people and so on. So I'm like chill with my own skin, right? So and then it's like it's not the first time that I'm talking to people, right? I have been talking to people in my life and they have been able to bear the way I talk. So I'm more confident कि, okay, this is something that people can accept. It's not like I have to put up a show or anything. So yeah, that's
So,
about. Yeah.
yeah, to talking about that or to add to that, when I actually started using my voice and my face, I was like hella nervous. Like, am I going to do this or am I going to use my voice? You won't believe me, but if you just scroll my Instagram to its beginning, at least in my page, you'll see that I have started with handheld videos, speaking about the content. And when I made my first voiceover video, I actually sent it to few people, asking them, is it really good or is it just like I am feeling bad about it? I
Yeah.
did have few friends who were into marketing and stuff. I did used to send them and ask, like, is this really good or is it, why am I hearing it like that? Is this my real voice?
Yeah. Yeah.
I also read a meme at that time, it's in Hindi, which says, uh, पहली बार मैंने मेरा आवाज सुन लिया, अब लगता है कि सबको फोन करके सॉरी बोल दूं. It hit
I
really
think you have a
hard that
very
time.
memorable, yeah, you have a very memorable voice because, like, I know very few people who have this texture to their voice. So I don't know. I mean, I think you should totally, use it to your advantage.
I was actually, jump into this editor tool and try to adjust my voice to make it sound good. But I was
Oh,
not
that is
able to succeed at the start. I'm saying I was
okay.
like really nervous about my voice and why is it sounding like that stuff.
Yeah. And to some of the people who have joined some of our previous live calls, not on YouTube, but on another platform that we were doing, and I have like told them that one of the biggest problem with people quitting content creation is because they are not, what do you call, comfortable in their own character. Like they want to play a particular character which is probably a enhanced version of themselves, but then there is no wrong with playing that character. The only thing is it is going to be a stepwise process, right? You can't be like today you are like this and suddenly you will just alter your ego and you are like a completely different person. If you are able to do that, then probably you are a professional actor or you need some like help somewhere, right? so that is definitely there. But yeah, we talked about easy snippet. I want to know about your story, man. We haven't talked much. What was your story? How did you get into UX? First of all, let's discuss that.
Okay. So I did not directly get into UX. I was in my third year of college. It was COVID that time, and I was looking for some ways to make money. So I did not directly jump into job. I did not directly started applying for internships. I I did used to make these YouTube videos at that time. So I used to make posters and stuff. So I had this skill for graphic design, and I used to. I wouldn't say the graphic design. I just knew how to use Photoshop.
Mm. Okay.
So I knew how to use Photoshop. That was the only tool I knew. But and after that, I started learning bit of After Effects. Though those are the first two tools I uh, started with. But at that time, my friends were all like, "Okay, this is the time we need to apply for internship and stuff." So my one of my friends shared that Internshala link that, hey, here's a software development role that we all applied. Would you be interested in applying too? That I was like, यार मैं सॉफ्टवेयर को तो एंजॉय नहीं करता अभी this I'm hating what I do at my college itself. I I mean I knew how to develop websites and stuff. I used to take part in those college level assignments and stuff, but I was not enjoying that. So at
Hmm.
this while doing that, while while applying for that, I was not applying while just exploring those opportunities at Internshala. I saw graphic design. I saw graphic design. I was like, let's apply for this and see what happens because I know Photoshop. uh, I applied, and it's not like I'm going to get in for the first time itself. And so I applied for multiple stuff, and I got hear back or a call back from one of a very Internshala has like list of very small companies who are looking for some help. So I got a call back from one of very small agency that hey, there is an opportunity. Would you be interested to join? It is like 1,000 per month, and you just need to make some posters and stuff. Even at that time, 1,000 is like, oh, am I going to earn 1,000? It's
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So at the start, so yeah, I signed up with them, and the task was to make social media posters for their events and stuff. Like every day, today some event is going on, just make a post on that and just post it on the social media. I'm not going to post, but just send it to them and they're going to post it. So that was my task, and I started enjoying it, like the graphic design doing. I did not know that is the graphic design at that time, but yeah, so slowly I started learning that, and then I applied for other internships on the same platform, Internshala, and I slowly started raising my bar. Like I went to a different internship with a little high paid, 5,000. Then it was almost like 6, 7 months. I ended up with an internship that was paying me at least 10,000-ish a month. Then it was almost about like 6 or 7 months for in my third year. Then I started looking for job.
Hmm.
What if I can do this full time? I I was not sure if I'll be able to do it or not, but I just applied for a few different companies. I did not hear back, and then I also had accounts on LinkedIn, Instagram, everywhere. I used to just post my stuff, whatever I create, graphic design and stuff. At that time, if you post something on Instagram, it was at least used to get like 100, 200 likes. Out of like 1,000 followers and stuff. I used to post that, and I was not a serious content creator that time. I used to just post whatever my creations were, and yeah, it was like a good time. I would say I was not serious about content creation as well, and I also used to post on LinkedIn as well. So one of the manager on LinkedIn. She saw my post on LinkedIn and approached me. We have a graphic designer position. Would you be able to join? I was
I
like,
see.
is it full time? I was like, I was
Nice.
very nervous, and I did join them eventually. I was not that skilled enough, but I did join and learned everything there. I spent 1 year in George Software, which is my first company. Uh, Anyway, the college period was like very work from study from home, I would say. At that
I
time,
see.
it was COVID. So yeah,
Oh, so
I
are you
I
talking about
learned
2000 what? 22, 21?
2020
Acha.
2020 itself. So yeah, at that time I joined Geo Software, and it was a hard juggle between college and in your college and this job. Basically, what happened at that time was the college used to offer placements, right?
Hmm.
Placements, but it was like we'll give you a study from home or attend exams from home, but only if you took part in those placements and secured a company. But I was like, I secured it from outside.
Huh.
So I was not an exception. So they would not allow me that opportunity. So what should I do? I fought. I actually tried to talk to my class teacher, whatever. They were not agreeing. So I
I
had to
see.
go to this. head of department, and then get a signature or whatever document signed that I'll be giving my full to exams and stuff, not wasting my time or
Got it.
whatever. And it was also graphic design, not something that I'm pursuing. I was pursuing BTech. So it was a tough moment for me to decide, should I just give away my job and finish this 1 year or something, because I was not going to drop my engineering just because of one job,
Hmm.
because it,
Of
it
course.
was it's not something that I used to think.
Yeah.
But it was good that I got the opportunity and was also able to complete the graduation. So I spent 1 year in Joe Software. But in at that time, I used to ask people, get career advice and stuff. Okay, I used to connect with senior graphic designers. Uh, how much max can I earn? And hearing about their salaries, I felt like, at least it's from their perspective and my perspective, and at that time, not to blame it on the industry or something. I felt like I can make better money, and it's not something that I want to do. I need to learn something else. And
Right.
this they just told that, man, you are from data graduation, you should just go do software development, which is highly paid. Why are you not doing that? I was like, not enjoying it, bro. So it's not an option for me. So at the same time I was doing it, there was this, so Joe Software is a service company, so there were many clients, and there was this UX designer I met, and she was earning more than a graphic designer.
Mm-hmm.
So I had some chat with her, and I asked her, how did you learn about it? And this is design, and why is this highly paid than graphic design? But basically the reason is the product design or UX design comes into the technology part, but this
Right.
graphic design is into the marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
technology pays you more, and it
Right.
also depends on the company. Some people try to take advantage of you, get work done with low salaries if
Yeah.
you're in product design and stuff. But product designers generally gets paid more than graphic dezigner's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in
At least
product
that.
companies, yes.
Yes,
I
of course,
mean,
in product
I have also,
companies.
yeah, I mean, of course, like you're affecting the product, the basically the foundation of that company itself. So on, obviously they would, want the best people there. But in marketing, of course, it
Marketing
varies.
involves many people, right?
Yeah.
The company would have certain budget for the marketing, and they would have to split it between designer, SEO, content creations, different stuff, right? But
Yeah. Yeah.
product design is, I think, anyway, coming to the point that I was really interested in that. I reached out to my manager and said that, uh, the same manager that hired me for the graphic design, I said to her that this is not something that I'm enjoying, or not enjoying, I would say, not something that I want to do throughout my life. I want to explore other options, and maybe I can start helping some other opportunity in the same company, right? Because they have multiple
Hmm.
clients needs of UX design stuff. So
Nice.
I joined as in something like not even
Got it.
by the offer letter. It's just like casually doing my graphic design job, and then at the side you have to help the UX design stuff. So slowly I started learning. Slowly I started connecting with other product designers and stuff, and it was like more of seeing them doing their job and learning.
Hmm.
And also I used to have access to all this uh, other Figma files and stuff. I used to go through their Figma files, and everything is componentized, everything is organized. Oh man, this is mad. This, if I'm able to do this someday, I would be very proud of myself. This is what I used to say to myself that time. But yes, I needed to learn the foundations, but because seeing and learning doesn't get you anywhere. At
Yeah.
least, I took up this course, Google UX Design. I think everyone should, if you're a self learner or self taught, whatever, you should take this course up, because it introduces you to the world of UX design. It doesn't get you a
Got it.
job. It will not get you any opportunities, but it will tell you the hard truths about UX design. What is it? Everything. So I learned everything, basics there. Google UX
Nice.
design, very
So,
very
so
very
I
basic.
think, yeah, I mean, if I were to summarize, so most likely, like, you got a internship opportunity for social media post management in college.
Hmm.
There you transition into a more of a full-time role, and then switched from more graphic design stuff to more UI UX or product design stuff,
Hmm.
right? So that's
Yeah, to
that's
some
nice.
maybe I stretched it too far.
No, no, no. So I mean, it's for. So I just saw a peak in number of people joining in. So I thought I'll just give a,
Hmm.
summary to those people.
Yeah, so
So
basically, to summarize, basically, I got an early opportunity to be a graphic designer, and then I decided to learn UX design, got the course, and after getting that course, I started working on some personal stuff, personal case studies, redesigning Google, redesigning whatever those basic stuff. At that time, I also started creating content, but
nice.
uh, uh, when I had this confidence that okay, I'll be able to design something on my own, that is product design or graphic design, I'll be able to design something on my own. I started looking out for a full-time product design roles.
I see.
Uh, I started applying everywhere, and I got this offer from LinkedIn, Pixis. So I joined them as their full-time product designer.
So are you the
So
only person in the company, or there are more people?
no, there are like many people, 12, 13 people split between two departments.
Oh, nice. I didn't know it's a big company. I was actually
It
hearing it
has a
for the
big
first time.
product. Hmm. It
Oh, I
has a
see.
big marketing product. It's a watch, so I think it needs more designers.
Oh, nice. That's interesting. Pretty cool. I'm just looking at the website and
Hmm.
trying to understand what the company does. Interesting. Nice.
Hmm. I was
Um,
also part of designing that website.
sure.
Hmm.
Oh, you
So
are part of. Are you part of the landing page or?
yeah, so basically the marketing team did the whole stuff, and they needed someone from the UX team to give their opinion on basically the experience part, right? It's not going to be just the whole visual stuff. So I was one of the person who helped them develop the whole website.
Got it. Nice, nice. What about
Yeah, so
content creation? So this is how you basically moved from social media content creation in a way to UX, and then again you had to come back to
from graphic
creating.
design to product design.
Yeah. So now now
Huh.
now what? How was your journey into creating content on
Yeah, I'll talk
Instagram?
about that. So, remember this no the time I told that I applied for Pixels, I had this notice period 60 days. That is the, I think, most productive time for me to invest in. That was the most productive time for me to invest in the content creation part. I was learning many different stuff. I was learning animation. I was learning redesign stuff. So at that time, I completely changed my Instagram. Before it was like Adobe with Alok, just because I knew Photoshop. My name, my Instagram handle was Adobe with Alok. Then I transitioned to UX, right? So I just renamed it to ux.alok. Thankfully, I had that name available back in that time. So I
Nice.
just renamed to ux.alok and started uploading this. Animations, Apple animations, Figma animations. I am very fond of animations. I like animations. I
Mm,
try to do it very, very often. So I at that time I was learning anyway, learning tools and learning this UX. So I just experimented with prototyping and I designed few prototypes and started posting on the Instagram. I did not
yeah.
post anywhere else.
How was
Instagram
your
is
first viral moment? When was it, and
Yeah,
how
I'll
did
I'll
that
I'll
happen?
come to that. So I posted for like what 6 7 months, just casual posting. But the first time I posted one animation tutorial, it was like it had a background AI voice, and it went viral. 1.8 million in like 1 week, and it
Man,
went viral. And until that point I was not showing my face. I had this avatar of me that I made from some AI tools, not even AI tools, just regular tools that will convert you into 3D illustrator, right?
I
I
see.
even had that on my DP. I was very shy to show my face. I did not even have a good phone to take a good picture of myself, so it was just like a casual avatar and just posting resources, font, websites and stuff. But the first I just thought that I'll just post how to make tutorial, right? I used to post prototypes, but that was the first website where I made this scroll based animation,
Hmm.
like Apple, where the one Earth is moving as you scroll that stuff,
I
and
see.
it
Yeah,
got
yeah, yeah.
mad viral. It got mad viral, and I was like, "Ye kya hua, bhai?"
So how did your follower count change with that 1 point what
I
1.8
think I
million?
think yeah, I think I was at 3,000, 4,000 followers. Just 3,000, 4,000 followers, and by that viral video, I mean, I did not just create that viral video, but in a 1 week or something, it got to that number 1.8 million, and I had gotten to like 20K or something, 20K,
Nice.
25K. Uh, you won't believe me, but when you are a creator at the start, you will make this post. Not even start, I guess every creator does. You when you reach a milestone, you will start posting about that,
Posting
right?
celebration. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've reached 10K, yeah, something like that. And for 2 days, I just designed from 5K to I went 10K, 10K to I went 15K, 15K to 20K, something. So
Nice.
and that is the time I realized that going viral will get you more followers than creating every single day. If you
Yeah,
don't create one, at least one viral video, you are going to lose followers anyway. Because
yeah,
at least if you are a general creator like me and not an influencer, influencers are basically those celebrities and stuff.
yeah,
But yeah, you'll have to create those viral stuff, otherwise you're not going to get those followers.
yeah. But I
And
think one, yeah, yeah, please go ahead.
yes, I was saying I posted that and I it got mad viral. Uh, so I picked that pace and started creating more such tutorials, animation tutorials. And every videos, every such videos, because I didn't see anyone else creating those type of videos. So started creating, I started building on top of that, started posting more such similar tutorials. But I used to use AI voice and just point my phone to the monitor or whatever. But and I think at the third or fourth video, I started using my voice.
Nice.
Then I started showing my face at least on the DP. I did not used to even make my own voice headshot videos. So that was the thing. I think I made many tutorials. I think that was the phase for me where I used to thrive as a content creator. I was like, yeah, I was just to go to my mom and tell, "Oh, see, mom, I have 20K followers."
Nice.
I used to post in my WhatsApp group like, see, I have 20K followers. But yeah, that was the thing. But nowadays it is very hard to go viral. I used to post this one tutorial and I was sure that it is going to this reach this number. I used to count like this. Okay, if I post a video, I used to post at 5 6 in the evening, and by the night, like 10 o'clock, it used to reach at least 100K views at that time. And even it was not even a good proper video that I shoot nowadays. It was like very casual handheld video that I'm speaking in the background and making showing like POV shots, do
Got
this,
it.
that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was getting that number, man. It's very hard nowadays. But anyway,
Yeah.
getting back to the point, that was my moment. Now it is very hard.
Nice, nice. No, I think there is one more thing, which is I think there is this conversion rate also, right? When you got like 2 million people on your video, a lot of people before converting to your followers, they would go through the history of the work that you would have done,
Mhm.
right? So I think because you had done a lot of work which is in similar aesthetic, similar value, I think a lot of people would be like, okay, this is a good place to, derive
Mhm.
some UX inspiration. And also
Yeah,
uh,
I had many
I think
posts
that,
in the
yeah, I
scroll.
think a lot of people, or I have also been victim of that, which is I feel that one content went viral, but most of the time it's that series of content and then one content that goes viral for the entire conversion to happen, because people go to your profile, look at, okay, is this one off content or he actually posts something regular, right? And only after that is when people do that. I think for you, although one content went viral, I feel the other ones would have also helped you get that conversion at
Mhm.
that point.
See,
So
you should have some, because you also see some viral stuff. Because as a creator, whenever I see one viral post, I'll go to that person and try to see what they are doing that this content went viral. And
yeah,
for the viral videos, even like who have gotten 100 million plus views on their video, If there are just one or two videos or one or two posts and one of them went viral because of whatever shit they had in their video, they would have only 2,000 to 3,000 followers only because they are not a creator or someone not someone who creates regularly, right?
Yeah,
So they would have just 2,000, 3,000 followers, and only one of the video went viral out of like three,
exactly.
four, five.
I remember there was this one guy who used to, post a very interesting format of content. He will tell that uh, which day he will take bath and which day he will not take bath. Okay,
Okay.
so he would be writing like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. In this week, okay, this day guest will come. I'll take bath, and after that 2 days I don't need to take bath because I'm not going out anywhere. But this day I'll go out anywhere, so I'll take bath. And so what he will be doing is कि किस दिन मैं नहाऊंगा, he would just take a snapshot of it, and he will just say कि there is Shankranti, so he will take bath, and there is this festival, he will take bath, and before that then he can take rest. And he used to get like mad views. I don't know if anybody has seen that post, but people like that get very mad views but no conversion, because people would be like, okay, why would I follow him? Like, okay, got it that this is an interesting format, I'll share it. And currently I think Instagram, what do you call it, he rewards sharing more than comments
Hmm.
or likes
Sharing
or
and saving,
saves
yes.
or anything. So they have come out very publicly to say that the only big factor for us right now for any video to go viral or reach more people is the number of shares. So I feel share worthy content versus comment worthy content, save worthy content, these are all different kinds of content altogether, right? So suddenly when, like for example, your content is more save worthy, right, which is okay, this is an inspiration, I'll put it in a bucket and keep it there, rather than maybe sharing it with people. Probably the managers will be sharing it with their subordinates saying that, oh, I like this idea, how about doing it, right? So I feel somewhere we, I mean, certain kind of content got the virality trend versus some other kind of content creators who were not adapting at least to be share worthy or viral worthy, right?
Uh,
So again,
to add,
from creator side, we keep on adapting, right? So I'm pretty sure you have also recently changed a few things. I saw your DP changing to a orange t-shirt wala thing. So
so
yeah,
I
I
I
mean, as
had
creators
this.
we keep on changing. Yeah,
Hmm.
go ahead, sorry.
So I had this feeling that, if I regularly keep changing my DPs, that, audience won't recognize you because they are not going to see the whole profile of you. They're just going to see a small icon of you. So I
Yeah,
did not change it much, but recently I changed it just because I was able to, capture a good shot of me. So I just changed it
nice.
for a change. No, nothing intentional. But yeah, to add to what you were saying, virality and stuff, in those viral videos, people won't come back. They laugh at once and then just maybe share
Yeah,
it. They laugh at once and just go away. But for the creators like us who are sharing valuable resources, people will come back to it later. At least some of them will do, because even I myself, when I save something, at least as an inspiration, I'll go back to that video, uh, decode it, see what they are doing and stuff, right? So I think going back to the content and gaining some knowledge out of it is something that even Instagram is rewarding also. I know it is
sure.
share right now, but it is also, I guess they also said share and save.
Mm,
Now, if you see that they have started displaying number of shares and number of saves.
yeah. And I think you can also switch it off if, as a creator, you want to switch off
Ah,
certain
yes.
numbers. You
Hmm.
can also do that. That's also
Don't know the
interesting.
intention behind that, but sure, maybe
Yeah,
they.
there is also this new, not exactly new, but yeah, there is this trend that people are using many chat, so they can just put in a keyword, ask people to
Uh,
say comment X, and then I'll be sharing blah blah into your DM. I
yeah,
think
I used
that
to
is
use that.
also working for a lot of people.
Mhm.
I have been very skeptical about that, although, I mean, for
No,
example,
I have used that a lot actually. I've used that a lot, but only thing is that it is very expensive.
oh, is it okay?
Yeah, it is damn expensive. I think it is like $15 to $30 per month, and it keeps
Oh,
increasing if comments are more. You'll only get one
oh,
like thousand replies, 1,000 or 100, I guess I forgot, for the
hmm.
start, and later you have to start paying $15 to $30 every month.
Oh, I see.
So the
That's
only
sad.
time I used, or not even only time, I used it many times for promotional videos. Let's say I'm giving away a keyboard. I've used that because ultimately I'm getting paid by the brand.
Yeah,
And the other time I used it often was to sell one of the ebook that free resources curation, something that I wrote in the past. So I used on that, and it gave me good returns.
nice.
So
Yeah,
I think if you're getting return, or you're selling something, or you're promoting something, in the end you're getting something in return, it makes sense to use that. But if you have extra money, sure, please go ahead and do that and earn those
yeah,
views.
yeah. I was a bit skeptical because it was a third party, and the history, what I've seen in Instagram is every time there is a big third party that is disrupting one of the feature of Instagram, they would one day just flag it. And
No, the
I feel,
reason,
yeah.
no, that is the correct. And in fact, I had this feeling because ultimately it's experimenting with our own account, and something happens to it, we'll just lose it. So it's just that this ManyChat is a partner of the Instagram.
Oh, okay.
So I also talked with one brand, because if you see, not many people are competitors of ManyChat, and not many people are doing it.
Hmm.
It's in order for Facebook to offer you those APIs. APIs is
Yeah,
something, you know what API is, right?
yeah.
So in order for Meta to offer you those APIs or this functionalities, you'll have to write them a pitch that we are going to do this. So if will you able to offer this feature? So not many people are able to crack this. So they are not getting that deal, I would say, because I had a chat about this with a founder, and I told him that see, this feature is very needful or very needed for these creators, and many people are using it, and this is highly expensive. Why are
Yeah,
people not why are people not building this product? Or there's also that if Instagram decides to shut you down, you are out of the game. That is one point. But the main reason is that you have to pitch it, and it is not publicly available for people to use those APIs. So I guess that is
hmm.
one of the reason why ManyChat is very expensive.
Yeah, I was actually freelancing, or w- you know, what do you call it? Working with a startup,
Hmm,
and we were planning to do a link in bio kind of a thing. And there
hmm,
we realized that there is the simple way of doing it, how everybody is doing it. There is this another complex thing, which is what you're saying as API. There is a graph API that Facebook
hmm.
has. So getting access to that is actually costly. So I didn't know about whether you have to pitch or anything, but at least the cost of that graph API was very high. So we thought at least, to begin with, we'll do something simpler. And then the company, I don't know where it went, but I was not part of it. I was doing it again just to time pass, right, on COVID times. So, but
These
yeah, I
these
mean,
yeah, so these
Graph API came up, so I just wanted to talk about that.
oh, got it. So basically these are risky, right? If just one day Instagram decides to uh blacklist you, you're out of
Yeah. Yeah.
business.
In fact, they have already written that if you try to create, artificial comments, or, things like for blah blah blah, like if in your script there are things which creates artificial comments, then they will flag that off. Artificial
Yeah,
comments are like you you basically game the algorithm if you try to game the
you
algorithm.
basically get some bots to do the stuff, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
even I was very skeptical about it, but I first what I did is do the research and went to their website and saw that they are actually partner of
got it.
Instagram, and Instagram is actually considering that comment made by my account's bot as a real comment that adds to the algorithm.
I see.
So that's why the virality comes from there, I guess. And yeah, people are still using it, and people are still gaining a lot of views. I think there was trend, and in between people just stopped using it, and again people are using it now. I don't know why. I guess
Hmm.
it's just the trend, I would say.
Yeah, yeah. Interesting. So, you mentioned about your journey from 3K to 20K. How did you go
Hmm.
to 100K?
Yeah, so I said, right, I just used that one viral video as a starter point, and I started creating those same type of videos. So that is what got me to 100K. And it's not the only thing that I started creating. I started experimenting with sharing resources. The other thing that was trending was to very short, like 1 to 2 second video, right?
Oh yeah,
You do something in the background and display highly savable content. Like
yeah,
I did this twice or thrice where I just work in background for 1 to 2 seconds, and in front of me in the foreground I just
yeah,
display these highly savable AI tools. Like in one screenshot you will be able to get like 20 30 AI tools that will save. So
yeah.
that was also a trend. So I'd say it's picking up the trend, I would say.
Got it. Yeah, interesting. One thing that one of my friend told me, not in context of content creation, but he told me in a different context, but it applies to content creation as well. He told me that your vibe attracts your tribe, right? So
Mhm.
it's almost like the kind of content you will put out, the kind of branding you will be doing of yourself is the kind of audience that you would be attracting and getting as well, right? Which is where I feel sometimes when we creator try to change our path, right? So for me, I was not a design content creator, like not a purely design content creator. Sometimes I would post about design, but a lot of time it would be about whatever thought is going on in my mind or whatever notes I've taken from a book or things like that. Initially it was 2019 2020 carousel format time, right? So before reel. So when I changed to UX, it was a bit of struggle because a lot of people followed me not because of UX content, they followed me for other reason. So that happened, but then I gained a lot of followers because of UX content. So that period happened, and recently I was trying to move away from UX. I tried to post something else, and suddenly I got suppressed. Like the views were what some um, one fourth of what I used to get. So my average views used to be around 18K at one point of time, and once I moved from 18, I mean moved my content from UX to something else, it just dropped to 2000 3000. And I was like, oh my god, what the fuck, like what kind of a trap this is, right? Your self expression is now based on your past self expression. So whatever you used to do earlier, you have to do it. So I felt like, okay, it seems like there is a boss whom I'm working for. So that's where I like, okay,
Yeah.
let's see. Either
See,
I need the
I
views or I need my expression, right? So that one dilemma that I'm
see,
trying
I
to
saw
breach
this.
basically.
Talking to add to that boss thing you said, I saw this video where, I don't know the name, it's just like one viral video that I've seen, where, he starts with influencers saying, we don't do job, we don't work, we work on our own, we don't have a boss. Then the job person comes in and says, you have a boss, those are your followers. If they decide to unfollow you, you'll be out of your
Yeah,
job. You have to create content every day. So stuff like, I think everything is a juggle because you can't just get happiness or the money, whatever, but just chilling around, right?
yeah,
Everything has to be struggled.
yeah. I think whoever pays you is your boss. Whoever pays you attention, whoever pays you money is your boss. So,
Yes.
so yeah, I mean, that's definitely there. Let's take a few questions. There are a few questions that have come up. Someone has said, I'm a multimedia editor. Can I shift to UX? Everybody can shift to UX. It's like,
I think for the UX, the entry barriers is very low. I mean, you can start with low paying jobs and you have to make your way to high paying jobs. I would say the entry barriers, there's no entry barrier. You can just from you can be from any background and just join an UX
yeah,
design
yeah,
job.
definitely. See, it's one of those fields which is not, gated by certificates or gated by education qualification and entrance examination and so on. So, if you want to be a lawyer, then you can't be just randomly become a lawyer. You can't be
Mhm.
randomly become a financial advisor, randomly become a doctor. For them, certification is required, license is required. That is definitely there. For UX, you don't need such qualifications as such. Obviously you need the skills, like many, almost every person who is going to pay you would require some form of skills from you. So That is
And
required,
one
but
more
yeah, all those other things are not required.
And one more truth is that people keep saying you don't need a design degree to be a good UX or UX designer. The hard truth about that is really, really big companies and good companies want you to be from the design background, or you have to be exceptionally good and have that experience in hand. Otherwise, you're not going
Hmm.
to get in. Because if you see these job postings, they would clearly mention preferred from design degrees or masters in design or whatever.
Hmm.
I
I
regularly say
think,
like,
I mean, uh, s- depends on companies. So I
yeah,
have
big
seen,
companies I'm talking about.
yeah, I have
Not every
seen
companies.
companies. I have seen companies because I have been always hired by people who are not from NID or IIT, right?
Mhm.
So I have been in uh, what do you call it, teams where majority of the people are not from design background, like design education background. So I have seen the opposite of it also work out in certain teams. But what you say is in general also true, which is it does give you an
Yes,
advantage
yes,
in general, especially in a very crowded market where
huh,
everybody can claim to be a UX designer. So again, I don't blame the companies, mostly because um, they also want their job to be done in a easier way, right? So
yes,
sometimes they would be like, okay, what is the proxy for good designer, what is the proxy for, say, hardworking engineer? You would say education from IIT, right? Again, not that everybody who goes from IIT is hardworking and passionate about engineering. And you would obviously find better engineers outside IITs as well. But then it's just a decent proxy for you to say that, okay, there is a highly likely probability that this person is going to be in a certain way. So I think that's where, when we want to be slightly lazy and we have the budget, we can go for people with design education background, is when companies take that shortcut as well. Cool. Let's go to the next question. uh, I like this comment here, which is Chandler Bing says, this is my alter ego account. I don't know how to pronounce it. Hiren. Okay. So I like the idea of alter ego, by the way, because a lot of people I know, they are very what introverted in general in real life, but then when they go to camera, they're like full on a different beast altogether. I think Carrie Minati is a very good example. He's a pure introvert in real life. If you see him in real life situations, he's a pure introvert, and then when he starts doing those roasts, he's a completely different character
yeah.
altogether.
In the last event, I met a guy who had like big followers, and he's a good creator. He creates many good videos. But when we tried to talk to him, he clearly said that I'm not interested in networking offline. I'm only I'm only a camera person. Like I'm like, is that even a thing?
Yeah. No, I totally understand him.
Mhm.
I'm also more like, these days I'm opening up and I'm meeting people and so on. But again, I do not prefer doing networking for the sake of networking and growing the
No,
blah blah other
networking
thing.
as in just meeting people,
Yeah, yeah,
meeting new people, just know getting to know them.
yeah. I think it does not energize me. I think that would be the
Mhm.
right way to put it.
Right.
Right. So nothing wrong with it, but it does not really energize me. For example, we went to Gurgaon, what, a few days back, I think a month back, or towards the end of October. Basically, I was in Gurgaon, and I was with Rajat Patel, and somehow he had put a post on LinkedIn saying that anybody who wants to meet can come to this place. And I think 20 odd people somehow just gathered around. And then what I understood is, yes, I like talking to people, but then after a point of time, I would also like to receive more knowledge, and not just in that way of just giving away knowledge. I think I was telling to you about this, right? I think before our call we were discussing this, which is one of the reason why I'm interested in switching from only UX to other is, it seems like it's only an output game, which is, if I'm putting out content only for beginners, then what I'm doing is, whatever I know, I'm just putting it out, right? I don't feel the energy of growing ki acha, okay, follower count is growing, confidence is growing, camera presence is growing, that is there. But knowledge wise, I feel I want to, input more things. What used to happen earlier when I was at 5000k followers, not 5000k, 5000 followers, was was I used to share my notes. So
Okay.
it used to become a motivation for me to create content, right? Which
Hmm.
is, I'll read something so that I'll then share it. I know
Hmm.
it's not a great combination, but still it used to work for me, because at least there is an extrinsic motivation to read a book. Now there is no extrinsic motivation because the content that I want to put out is like I've already learned it over the last 7 8 years, right? So I am looking for, you know a place where I can input things and then use that to produce output, so that the output or the gains that I get from the output becomes a motivation for me to do more inputs. So I don't know if I complicated it. Basically, I want to read books and I want to use it in
Share it.
content. Yeah,
Yeah, I think everything you won't create a new thing, right? For the content creation, you're
yeah,
basically taking knowledge from one thing and just sharing it in other to other people. And what
yeah,
you do in the middle is just present it in a different way.
yeah, definitely. Like for example, I want to get into critical thinking. I think critical thinking is very connected to design. Uh,
Hmm.
Again, wide appealing. It's not restricted to only people who will understand UX, but would appeal to wide people. And I was just thinking earlier today. Are you seeing those posts about Salman Khan and Asnir Grover, where Salman
Oh
Khan is?
yeah, that went really viral.
Yeah, everybody is talking about it, right? So I feel, although I'm a UX content creator, I can still give some critical thinking lens to the same thing, right? Which is, uh, there was a point of time when people didn't like Salman Khan for whatever reason, right? Then somebody threatened his life, and I have seen a lot of people who, you know were taking part in the other side. The other guy who was setting Salman Khan, they were like, yeah, 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 we will support that other guy who is setting Salman Khan. There used to be time in Shark Tank when people used to be like, okay, this is the real shark. Asnit Grover is the real shark, right? He's not there. TRP has dropped. So, you can't really now lie that you didn't like Ashnir Grover for for sure, right? Because the TRP dropped because people did not saw the video. And suddenly now that another guy is bullying, right, uh, you are saying that, okay, now he's getting the belt treatment that he deserves, right? So I feel as a creator, someday you would be worshipped and the other day you can just be kicked out, right? On social media that keeps happening, but one thing that has stayed.
You should be ready for everything.
Yeah, yeah. And one thing that stayed, I think, if I give that critical angle, is everybody likes another person getting bullied, right? When
Oh
that
yeah.
Bishnoi guy bullied Salman Khan, people liked it. When Ashnir Grover bullied that slipline guy on Shark Tank, people liked it. When Salman Khan bullied Ashnir Grover, people liked it. When Samir Rana is bullying people on whatever the
I think
platform is.
it's just that people like overpowering. It's just like
Yeah,
human psychology that I think the Big Boss, the entire bullshit show is running on just seeing people fight, just fighting together.
yeah. Even roast comedy has picked up, uh, thanks to Minati, Carrie Minati, Samarina, and all of that. So I think there is that intrinsic entertainment that we gain out of people quarreling, fighting, somebody dominating the other one, and we just don't accept it as an audience. We just take the, what do you say, virtuous route, right? Which is, Arey, Ashnit Grover, he used to bully people, now he's getting bullied, so I'm happy. No, 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 no. You were happy anytime somebody bullied anybody. So, so that's a lens that I want to bring in. But again, one
But
minute
to be
may,
honest, I felt really bad for Ashni Gaur seeing that video.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
why is this happening? He was like dominating the entire social media, and now it's now like seeing him in that position. It felt bad.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I also felt like, I mean, these are two different type of value creators, right? So I didn't fully agree with the fact that one has to be like folded hand in front of Salman Khan just because he has more power or influence, or at least at this point of time he has more power and influence. Maybe at one point of time say Ashnil Grover becomes a politician. He has always said that he wanted to become a politician. Like suddenly his power can will change, right? So anyway, the idea that I was talking about was like we
Critical
can take
thinking.
design, critical thinking, and add to pretty much anything. And I want to be in that space, which is anything that is happening, around us. We should have that lens and give a different perspective, or at least our perspective, if there is one. So
And critical thinking is rewarding because it uncovers the hard truths, right? Hard, whatever the hard facts are.
yeah,
Even in design, we do a lot of critical thinking and end up at a fact or insight that we
yeah,
were striving.
yeah.
Just
So
discover it and
yeah, so I wanted to go to the next question. Actually, it's 9:10. I would like to wrap it in next 10 minutes. So we'll go through the questions quickly, right? So we'll take 1 minute to address
sure.
this question, say 1 or 2 minutes, whatever time it takes.
Mhm.
So the question is, did you early on restrict yourself that you are not good enough designer to create content? I feel that I need to be a lot better before I start creating content. Take your time, just dropping here. Yeah. So did you feel restricted earlier that I'm not good enough?
So it's just that who you follow and what you consume. Because if you it's also that what impacts, right? If you start creating content and you're getting that engagement, right? If you get that engagement, you suddenly feel that okay, I think I'm good and I'm getting all the engagement and stuff. And let's say suddenly your engagement drops, and some other creator or some other designs that you feel or that always inspires you are getting some decent engagement, not you, you suddenly feel that maybe I'm not good enough. That's why I'm not getting that engagement the other creators are getting. So it's I think you have to because understand that there's always place for you
Yeah,
because the content creator that you are seeing today did not just grow from 0 to 10. He
yeah,
went from 1 2 3 4 5 6. So but the good thing about content creation is whatever you choose, may I chose UX, it makes you keep learning.
yeah,
I would thank content creation, which helped me grew even in UX because I explore a lot of stuff that helps me learn even in my career. So don't to answer your question, don't think that whatever don't be demotivated to create content. Just post it out. There are people who are not even as good as you who will learn from you and understand from you.
yeah. So basically, if you are at level two, you can always help level one. Just
Level
like
one
how
people.
you were in engineering college, second year, you didn't graduate out of engineering college, but still we are able to help your juniors, right? So I think the dynamics is something there. However, one point to note is also what kind of statements you put out, right? So is it well thought through? Is it read and summarized? Or is it a curation, right? So there are so many different kinds of content. Is it your work that you're displaying? Or is it that you read something, now you're summarizing it? Or is it like you have collected a bunch of resources, now you want to share it, right? So there are different uh, you know uh, types of content. Like for example, you can't be a super beginner and put out very hot takes on UX design. For example, nobody needs to follow UX process. If you if you start like that, and suddenly
Hmm.
like you got to have some experience in order to at least put statements like that. Or at least if you have read about a certain way, and you would have said that, okay, I have read in this book, one of the opinion that they have is you don't need to follow a process or something like
And
that, right?
and and one more very important point I want to add is I think I've never ever seen people criticizing that your designs are bad, you should stop posting. Your code is bad, you should stop posting. I have never ever seen or never heard of people criticizing something that is not. I mean, people criticize cringe content that is there, but I've never seen people criticizing design, code, or whatever you're creating. If you're
Yeah,
if you're trying something, there are people who even I look back at my posts or look back at my designs which I feel were worst, and people were still appreciating at that time. So don't think that. your designs are bad or whatever you are putting it out is bad. It is good at what level you are, but if you start putting it out, you will learn more faster or
Yeah.
but just
Also,
mm,
yeah, I think also when you create content, you learn to create content, right? So that's
yes,
also another game of,
helps you
presenting
sell.
ideas, learning, and so on. Like a lot of my portfolio, like how currently I'm presenting my portfolio, a lot of the learnings from content creation has been put into it. For example, I actually use a hook in my slides, and I actually, send make sure that the sentences are short, because usually how I speak, it helps me speak shorter sentences than very long complex sentences. It's so many things, I mean, not just this, but your pattern breaking, hooks, rehooks, how to end a particular section, how to do cliffhangers, all that storytelling, a lot of it has come from content creation. So I mean, it helps everywhere. It's just a mode of communication, uh,
Yes.
again, online communication. So it will teach you a lot of things. Cool.
Mm.
We'll go to the next one. I've used. So Manideep says, I used to
Oh
make
yeah.
YouTube thumbnails and I have a less creative mind, I would say. I'm bad at coding. I tried it, so I'm thinking to learn UI UX course. I mean, YouTube thumbnail.
One
Okay, yeah, yeah, go ahead.
YouTube thumbnail is fine, but he mentioned I'm less creative. I think nobody can be, I mean, you cannot put a scale on how creative you are. Creativity is just connecting dots.
Yeah,
And the more experience you have, the more dots you leave behind, and just you are connecting them. And this is
yeah,
what creativity is. So I don't think anyone can be less creative or more creative. It's just not putting out efforts, or you just started it, you just started it out and you're saying, I'm not creative.
yeah, yeah. And I
So
feel UX is also not a purely creative job. It's a very analytical thinking job. Creativity is a part of it. Whenever you are doing divergent thinking, is where you would require creativity. So divergent thinking is when you are generating more ideas. When you are thinking about, okay, this is the problem, what are the 10 ways to solve it, or what are the 5 ways to solve it? This is where creativity is super useful. But otherwise, you're most likely using critical thinking or analytical thinking in general, right? And
mm,
if you are just diligent with your work, that matters a lot more than you being a very creative person or not being a creative person. So yeah, I mean, you can get into UI UX, but see, don't get into UI UX because the other two things didn't work, because
mm.
current market is not like that, wherein UI UX is a, what do you call it, uh, third choice for people. You have to be actually passionate, so that you will be able to put in a lot of effort to learn it in whatever time you have. Then it is going to be rewarding. Otherwise, you will do a UI UX course, again you would feel like, okay, I'm not able to crack it for next 6 months, so I'll give it up and I'll do something else.
I
So
think it's all about enjoying what you do.
yeah,
If you're not enjoying, it's not going to be very rewarding.
yeah, 100%, 100% on that. So
Otherwise, we'll be in a constant pressure that to feed our responsibilities. That I
yeah,
have to do this, otherwise I have no choice. And people in engineering time have a lot of time to experiment. I think I personally have wasted a lot of time at that time, but we have 4 years, and please don't say that exams are complicated. Just one night study, and you will
yeah,
literally just eight and above. But the thing is that you have a lot of time to experiment at the time of engineering, and you can experiment a lot and find your spot, is what I would say, and then just keep on building on top of that.
yeah. Or if you want to even learn UI UX, it is fine, you can learn UI UX, it is okay.
Yeah, I mean, UI UX is rewarding when you enjoy it, I would say. Otherwise, it will,
Absolutely.
it will just become a job that any other job is.
Yeah, yeah. Then why not do any other job, right? when
Yeah.
when the market is probably better for any other job, then uh, maybe just do that. But
And
anyway,
people
I'll not
think people
discourage.
think that yeah, people think that UI UX is highly paid, so I'll do that. And yeah, if you consider options, UI UX is not highly paid. Developmental job is slightly higher paid, right? So go do that. And people think that development is harder than UX design, but that is only applicable when you start your first job. But when you start growing in your career, you will experience more complex problems or more complex ability to solve that problem.
Yeah. The next question is nice. But I'm only getting a question from one person. What happened to everybody else? Top three things that I should expect when creating content for UX that I may not know. Okay, I'll go first while you,
I'm
capture your
just
thoughts.
seeing if there are any other questions that we missed. Can you
Yeah,
drive us in UX design? Okay.
cool.
Yeah, you can
We'll
just
just
talk
take
about it. Mm.
yeah, we'll take this one. So top three things that I should expect when creating content for UX. You can expect that your content is not going to work out for a very long time, and might suddenly it might just pick up. But you can expect your content to be flat, not getting a lot of views and so on. Uh, Also, do it for yourself first rather than for audience, because there is a lot to learn in just you might be thinking you just need to put your phone up and then talk and then that's it, but things don't work like that, right? If you look at the entire process, there is a lot of ideation that goes into it. Like, we might be getting 100 ideas, we don't create content on 100 ideas, right? Then how did we pick the 3 4 ideas, right? That's science to it. Then how do we present it, what is a hook, how to write, what to present, how do you pattern break. There are so many ways. You can use text, you can use a different scene, you can use a different angle, you can use a different tonality and so many other things, right? So once you get into this rabbit hole, don't think of getting result, rather think of improving yourself with each video, right? Or at least each batch of videos that you're creating. So yeah, those are few things that you can expect. Go ahead.
So again, what you said is completely valid. To do one more thing I want to add up is the human psychology is that if we don't get rewards for what we are doing, we really feel demotivated, right? So yeah, UX is something Instagram generally prefers that whoever is getting more engagement is going to support that. So entertainment is something that is obviously supported everywhere. So if you are generally a UX content creator in that world, so you are not going to be uh, you know suddenly going to go viral. So you have to
Yeah,
keep creating content. You have to find your people. I don't know what happened to algorithm nowadays, but the time I started creating my content at that time, I found my like-minded people or the community of people who were creating content. We used to support a lot. Abhiraj, Asim, uh, there was like Poppy, so many people meet, many people, and again you I found later, but we were like a community who was used to post and again support each other's post. I think it was a time maybe I don't see that nowadays, but it was time that, help each, I mean, everyone helped each other grow. They
yeah,
used to reshare. Nowadays, the engagement is really down or is something wrong with algorithm nowadays, but
yeah,
just blame it on algorithm and then start creating content.
yeah. I think algorithm wants more of kacha badam, so we can't
Yeah,
give. So
can't help it.
yeah, that's what, like, we are right now very niched. The thing is, there are so many content creators, and then let's say if people are spending 6 hours on Instagram, then I don't think Instagram is going to push very niche content. It would be like, okay,
Hmm.
get entertained. And they have also said it publicly that they feel that this platform is more towards entertainment, right?
I mean,
So
why would Instagram push UX videos? If
yeah,
you think about it, I mean, it's not like everybody's going to enjoy the UX content, right? Nobody's going to continuously enjoy the UX content. It's just like maybe out of 10 reels, I might see one UX reel. Okay, this is good. What this guy is doing good. Maybe I'll give it a follow. Maybe I'll give like it somewhere. But
yeah,
it's nowadays. It's like if I'm enjoying entertainment content, Instagram is going to give everything. It has got to just show you entertainment videos.
yeah. Let's go with the next one. What skills and
Yeah,
tools one need to learn in 2024-25 to be unreplaceable? Wow.
that
Okay.
that's that's somewhat.
Yeah, interesting. I don't think anybody is unreplaceable. Is it? Like, I feel everybody is replaceable after a point of time. If you
Mhm.
have, let's say, very deep knowledge about a particular domain, and a company is, like, for example, I'm not saying I have a deep domain expertise, but all of my experience has been in fintech and UX, right? So in general, I would have a better chance of cracking a fintech plus UX position, right? For whatever my job profile is, senior, lead, whatever, right? For that particular position, I'm a good fit. I'm not saying I'll be unreplaceable. I'll never be unreplaceable. Nobody is. I think that is the truth. Nobody is unreplaceable, but you can have certain better chances at certain places only because your past work is good, or you have a certain experience which not a lot of other people have, right? So whatever is your, what do you call it, your pitch. So my pitch is I have this much experience in fintech, and studied from this place, have got this award, and have been doing UX for blah blah times. And so if anybody needs that, and there will be very small number of people who will be needing that, so in those companies I'll have a better position. But that never means that I'm unreplaceable at any place.
I think people are more worried about AI replacing job or someone else replacing the job, but
Yeah,
someone else replacing job, the solution is what you said, maybe to put it in a good words, to be good at what we do and continuously improve it.
yeah,
That will maybe help you be better at what you do and help you get a job or help you get a better job than what you are the person you're looking
yeah,
at. But the AI problem, I think it's a world's problem, and even Elon Musk doesn't have a solution for that. I
yeah,
heard people talking about general income that every people will get.
yeah. Um, Talking about AI, I mean, if you ask me about, let me actually unpin this. So, if you ask me about AI, right? So, I feel the way I am thinking about AI right now, of course, to some extent excited, some extent scared. But the way I'm thinking about it is, like, I'm not the only one who is going to lose job, right? A lot of
Yeah,
people are going to
exactly.
lose job. So, what are they going to do? Doesn't matter. Whatever they do, I want to be in the top 1%, right? So
Mhm.
I want to build my ethics, I want to build my, soft skills, I want to build my distribution, I want to just be among the top 1% skilled humans, right? Whatever the next job earning opportunity is, I want to be among the top 1%. Doesn't matter, like, whatever the job is, right? And I'm never scared of actually moving from UX to anything else, right? I feel a lot of people are going to lose job. If I'm going to lose job, means I know a lot of other people are also going to lose job. It's just that I want to be among the top of that mountain of people who have lost their jobs. So yeah, I mean, that's at least how I think about it. And I feel, just having good work ethics, and what is that word? Mm, I think work ethics is
Adaptive.
just good enough. Adaptability, yes, and the
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, the idea to basically not be afraid that I want to try something else. Like, if tomorrow everything goes away and there is this new job that comes up, which is development, front end development only. Let's say only front end development exists. I'll learn front end development and I'll do it better than
It's also
99% of people.
depends on where you are at the life, right? Because let's say
Yeah,
you have a lot of responsibilities at your hand, and your job is feeding that, you have a lot of EMIs, and obviously you will be scared.
yeah,
So I
100%.
guess it also depends on that. But yeah, I think there is AI replacing job. There's no solution. It's just
Yeah,
think of it as world destruction. If you are getting distracted, everyone is. So
yeah,
I personally, as you said, you were never scared of AI. I personally never felt the threat of AI because I've never personally seen people getting. I've seen on social media, but I've never personally seen someone getting replaced by an AI, at least in the real world. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. Hmm. Interesting. There is a lot of integration that is happening with our design processes at Tide, where I'm working currently. Not updated on in LinkedIn, but where I'm working currently, we are taking help of AI wherever it's possible. I mean, recently only we were doing some UX interviews. We collected a lot of notes, then we summarized it with AI. So, like, just like that, you know. AI was useful, and a lot of other things also.
Yeah.
We keep using AI
Even Figma
quite
has
much.
many AI features, right? Just I would say just take use of it and just try to learn whatever AI
Yeah.
tools comes in. At least try to use those AI tools than bitching about it.
Yeah. All right. So next is, by the way, my next YouTube video is going to be about a AI tool that I feel is better than all the other image creation tools and is free, and also has a significantly better UI in terms of how it
Or
is.
is that Leonardo?
No, 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 not Leonardo. It's a
What
different
is
one.
that?
It's a Recraft. It's called Recraft. So it's
Okay,
very much
interesting.
like
I'll check that
Figma,
out.
but yeah, cool. So the next question: how do you take content creation a hobby or a way to earn money, and how much time you put for content creation along with your daily job? Nice. Asked like a manager. But yeah, do you want me to go first, or you want to go first on this?
Fine. I'll go first. See, how do you take content creation as an hobby, or is there a way to earn money? See, as a content creator, if there are followers, if people are seeing you, many brands would want to put their products or their services in your page. So, but it all depends on, as I said, the reach nowadays is very low. I was telling you, right? There was this time where I used to get many views, so much of like shit ton of viral views. At that time, I was approached by a lot of brands. So I had this capability to choose between whom do I want to promote. So I would just pick some high paying promotion and just promote it. But to talk about it, you have to try to get that engagement, whatever niche you are creating content in, try to get that engagement. And if brands are not reaching out to you, you just go and reach out to brands. So I do this personally. Let's say I need a monitor for myself. I'll just, before purchasing that, I'll just use whatever account I have as a this thing, and I'll just put it out there and
Yeah,
let's see if they are okay to do a barter collaboration. I
exactly.
got many stuff before. People used to send products because the reach was higher. Nowadays the reach is really low, so I just reach out to brands and see if they are okay to collaborate, and many people are actually. So you just
Yeah.
need to start creating content, start trying to get that engagement, and then start reaching out to brands, start
Where do
doing
you
free
reach out to
collab
these brands?
anywhere. Just if they are Instagram, just reach out to their Instagram. If they have their mail ID, to reach out to these brands, what I do is generally they have their customer care support in their social media. So just replace that customer at XYZ to marketing at XYZ. Sometimes it is right, sometimes it is not right. So it works most of the time. Just marketing at XYZ dot company, and just put them a DM, try to sell it out in a message, and see if they are okay to collaborate with you. And many people are actually brands, even for brands, it is hard to find the influencers. And it is not always about the engagement. It is also that, let's say I'm creating a content on, let's say, a keyboard. People, I mean, it's for even brands, it is useful because that keyboard is featured in my setup, and that video can be again used as an ad to get customers, right? So it is always beneficial. Just try to reach out. First, create content, then try to get that engagement, and then reach out to brands.
Yeah. I think
And I think
UGC is also a thing, which is user generated content.
user
Even if you
generated.
don't have followers, sometimes you can still reach out to brands and they would like to have some user generated content. Again, the reason is, I mean, they can go and talk to what, like influencers, like actors, whatever, cricketers, and so on. But there is certain level of trust that comes out with general people using their product and
Exactly.
giving comment, right? So that's the game of UGC. If you want to search for it, then go and search for user generated content. But to add to the question, which is how do you take content creation, for me, I take it very seriously. Actually, every work that I do, I take it very seriously. My job is very serious. My content creation is very serious. My time with family is also very serious. My other responsibilities are also very serious. So whenever I do take anything as work, then I take it very seriously. Whatever I take it as play, which is not work but for my entertainment, that I would be like taking it to the sides. But otherwise, in general, I take content creation quite seriously, not to earn money. I don't think hobby and earning money are the, you know, right comparison. I think it's more about, do you take it seriously or do you not take it seriously? So for me, though, it is like a serious thing. I spend a lot
To
of time on it. Yeah.
to add to that serious part, I don't generally take that content creation part as serious. I have to be consistent. I try to be as casual as possible, as no, as shareable person as I can. And because only see, I'm not serious only because I wouldn't say serious is a term to describe it. But for now, let's say you are completely dependent on Instagram. This is your full-time job. You have to be consistent. You have to follow some things to reach that quota for day, right? So you, because my full-time job is paying for me and this is the experimentation
Yeah.
Instagram, I get that flexibility that I can experiment with different stuff and try out different things. So I don't generally have that pressure for content creation that I have to take it seriously. And I think this question also had the second part, how much time you put for content creation along with your daily job. So my daily job, at least, or at least generally UX designers is not like put to time. If you see developers always are occupied with something, but UX designers generally, at least wherever I go or wherever I have seen people, they generally have some free time. So I utilize that free time, flexible time, to invest into content creation. Maybe that is curating what I'm going to do next. Maybe that is writing script, maybe that is editing, maybe that is collecting whatever the editing resources. I'll invest that in there, so next time you want to create a content, it will help you out there. So that is what I do. And at the start, it will take time. It will take you time to edit that video, understand how to edit that video, to writing script, everything. It is going to take time. And once you get used to it, it is going to take like way less time than what it used to take. Because now you understand the process. Now
Yeah.
I'm very used to editing. I generally take around for a considerably good video, I generally take around 30 minutes to 2 hours to finish it up. Everything from recording to edit in just one day. And let's say I'm shooting a casual video, like just sharing something on my screen. I would generally take 30 seconds to 1 minute to shoot that, right? It's just casual because I think sometime I also post casual stuff because it attracts more views. I recently came across this website called PM Flix. So I thought I would just make a video on it. I just turned on my setup and just connected my mic. I just shot that video, posted. It performed
Yeah.
well than my other good short videos. So yeah, I think you'll find that balance once you experiment with it. Just don't try to be restricted. Like I'll invest 1 hour into content creation. I'll invest 1 hour into job. Just find your free time. Enjoy the process, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. 100% on it.
Mm.
The amount of time I give to it varies a lot. For example, I actually create content in batches. At least the reels part, I create in batches. So all of them will be scripted at one time. All of them will be, ideated at one time, and so on. So it does take considerable amount of time, but it's usually done on weekends, or or maybe just one night is just dedicated to writing script and things like that. So I don't usually track how much time I'm spending, because that's the fun part, right? It's
Yeah,
I mean,
as
when you
I
are
said,
enjoying,
enjoy the
then you are not
process.
tracking time. You just lose a sense of time. I think that's what flow state is, or at least the definition of flow state in that book, which says that flow state is one where you lose the sense of time, and
Hmm.
that's what happens with a lot of part of content creation. I don't enjoy editing, uh, although I am decent at editing. I have always tried to do lesser and lesser editing with time. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying
For
to
me, hmm,
yeah, I'm trying to take out the parts which I don't like as much as possible. So again, sometimes when I take out the editing part, the view drops. Then I'm like, okay, okay, wait. I need to keep doing the editing and go back. So that's a constant struggle. I need to find that balance. I think, yeah, over time I'll also find that out.
Yeah, I think after this we can go to the next question. For me, it was like I love editing actually. As I said, I love animations. I love editing, but it always depends on my time availability, my moods, everything. Sometimes I'm very careless about editing. I'll just use some templates, just put it out in a CapCut and just finish the editing in mobile itself. And sometimes I'm dead serious, like I'm going to bring in a lot of effects, lot of VFX, try out experiment. I again, it's just enjoying the process.
Yeah. All right. Cool. I have a hard stop now. So again, thank you, Alok, for coming on. And there was a lot to learn from you. Thanks everybody who has joined in. And yeah, this was the stream. Anything last words that you want to say? How was your experience? How was it?
It was really good. As again, you said it will be a casual discussion. Again, I enjoyed it. Thank you for inviting. And again, if audience or any viewers has any questions, you can reach out to Bharat or me on Instagram and just feel free to ask. I reply to all the DFC when Bharat does. You
Yeah.
do, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Not on WhatsApp though. A lot of the time, I don't. So my number
I
is public,
mm,
but then
mm.
my personal number is obviously not public. But yeah, I don't reply to a lot of people in general. But that's why I do these live streams, because as you can see the thing with typing is, sometimes I don't say what I want to say because I want to type fast and get it done faster, right? That's why I do these streams, so that if somebody has any question, I can just give longer
Yeah,
answers.
these type of conversations are really good, I would say,
Yeah.
rather than just replying to someone.
Yeah, and it's not like I don't take notice of those questions. In fact, that AI video that I'm making is only because somebody asked me about, okay,
Mm.
I saw blah blah that thing, this thing. How did you create it? I'm like, I gave the link, okay, recraft AI, but then I thought, okay, I'll answer you in a more depth way in another video. So stay tuned. Or actually, Friday or Thursday, I don't remember. We did a live stream only, talking about restream, doing a screen share and all of that, right? So I mean, do send me the questions. Just that the answers will be in a different format. Not always it is going to be in a reply format. So all right. So that's it for this video. Thank you again for joining in, and I'll catch up with some of the discussion that is left on our WhatsApp. I'll catch up with you on that part. But thank you for joining in, and bye bye.